Well, here we are, day 5. Just finished my workout. Again, did my 7 miles. This morning, I actually was at the spot where I go take my walks before the sun was up, or it was starting to creep out. So I beat the sun. But let's get into it. Let's go into the 5th question. So this is a great question also. This person asked, what steps should I take if I want to buy my house? In other words, buy a house for the first time. That's what I'm assuming. Now, that's a fantastic question. I know that when my kids were young and I was looking at my first house for my family, we were kind of playing around with the idea, talking about it, what if. So it was kind of like that dream state of picturing us in a house. And then from there, we kind of started looking at our own financials, kind of figuring out how much money would we have available to be able to make a payment, to be able to pay for the house. And then from there, we gradually started kind of, let's go look at this new home builder. Let's go look at the model homes. Oh, look, there's an open house in this neighborhood. Let's take a look at that. Then reality sets in. And then you're serious. Okay, this is what I really want to do. We really want to buy this house. So what do? How do we put ourselves in the best position in order to be able to buy a property? So the first thing that I would suggest is get yourself qualified. And here's the reason why. I know that a lot of agents will say the same thing, and it's not us trying to push you into something. It's really, you want to be in a position where you know how much of a house you can afford, how much of that house, how much would that equal in a monthly payment. Because the last thing you want to do is walk into your dream home, absolutely fall in love with it, try to submit an offer, and then come to find out you cannot afford that house. And there you go. Your dreams are squashed, and all of a sudden you're going to put it on the back burner. So better to go into a property knowing I could afford this house at this current price. If at this current price, I know that my payments are going to be this. So it will empower you. It'll give you that edge over those that haven't done that. The other part to it is be prepared to submit a strong offer. Surprisingly, and I say surprisingly because of all the media attention that the real estate market's been getting, but just in June, so just in a couple months ago, the sold to list ratio was 100.8%. What does that mean? That means that houses on average sold for just slightly above what they listed the house for. One of the factors of that is there's not a lot of inventory and there's still buyer demand. So when that happens, you got to come with your best foot forward. You got to be prepared to write a strong offer, because the likelihood is that house, it's priced correctly, will have multiple buyers. They'll have interest in the property, and perhaps it's not as was a couple years ago where you were bidding, $10,000 above the appraised value, but it doesn't matter. If there's competition, you have to come in with your best foot forward. One of the ways that you do that is by getting qualified as well. So the other thing that I would suggest is putting aside some money. So there's a lot of programs out there where they'll help you with your closing costs, they'll help you with your down payment, and there's even sellers that are willing to do that as well. As long as you have a good agent that knows how to negotiate, they might be able to help you out with that. With that being said, a lot of lenders have a cap. They have certain items that could be covered in that help and other items that can't. So even though you know of a program that you may be able to qualify where it's 100% financing and you got a seller that's willing to help you with closing costs, you're probably still going to have to come out of pocket. So I would start setting aside some money to save. So those are your first steps. And then obviously an agent's going to be able to help you, guide you, kind of give you as many options as possible within your price range, within that affordability that you have, and then that'll kind of help you narrow it down, because that's what's going to wind up happening is they're going to cast a big net based on your criteria, and then little by little you're going to wind up narrowing down your search until this is the neighborhood I want to buy in, this is the price range I want to buy in, these are the bedrooms, bathrooms, so on and so forth. And then get a good agent that's going to be able to help you get through the process of being able to buy that property. Because it's not just, hey, here's my offer, great, I have a house. It doesn't work that way. There's a little bit of back and forth, a little path that you're going to have to go through. So just to recap, the first thing you want to do after getting out of that dream state and getting into reality of buying a property, first thing you always want to do is you want to get yourself qualified. It's not because the agent's trying to pressure you into something. It's to empower you to write a good offer and to be able to have the best opportunity to be able to purchase that property. So if you'd like to know more about this particular question, we go into a little bit deeper dive. Just go onto my YouTube channel. I'll go ahead and clean up the video and post a great video on this particular topic. YouTube, just search All SoCal Homes. That's the name of my company. Subscribe, hit the bell notification. That way when I do drop the video, you'll get a notification. If it's helpful, take a look at it. If you're not quite ready, not a problem. But I will leave with this consideration. If you don't currently own a home or are buying a home, just think, in most cases you're paying for housing regardless. So you might as well reap the rewards of paying for your own home versus paying someone else for their home. Whether you're renting an apartment, renting a house, even renting a bedroom, you're paying for housing anyways. So you might as well reap the benefits of paying for your own home. Thank you very much for the accountability. Thank you for taking a minute or so to take a look at this video, and I'll see you tomorrow.